College football fans are finalizing their tailgate plans with LSU, Tulane, and Southern all playing at home tomorrow.
It's a huge weekend for football fans, with the Saints opening the regular season at home in the Dome. They not only have a new quarterback, they also have a familiar face back in black and gold after he spent several seasons away.
Good evening, I'm Lee Zurich.
And I'm Meg Gatto. The Saints will, though, be without one of their stars when they face the Titans.
Madeline Adams joins us with more on what fans can expect during Sunday's matchup.
Yeah, the Saints may have dome field advantage, but they will be without one of their best players this weekend in their season opener. Running back Alvin Kamara sitting out the first game of his 3-game suspension. And the Saints' first opponent, the Titans, boasted the best run defense last season. With rookie running back Kendre Miller being unable to practice all week due to a hamstring injury, he is listed as questionable for this Sunday's matchup. So that puts a lot of pressure on Jamal Williams. But the good news is he led the NFL in rushing touchdowns last season. This afternoon, head coach Dennis Allen detailed exactly what Williams will bring to the team this Sunday.
Well, number one, I think what he brings to the team is just a great demeanor and a great attitude about playing the game. He loves being out here and working. He works extremely hard. And he brings a physical demeanor to the run game. And I think that's big for us. Well, he's got good size. He's got good feet, and he runs with good pad level, and I think, sometimes you see bigger backs that don't run big, but this is a big back that runs big.
And the last time the Saints faced the Titans, they lost by just 2 points. So the Black and Gold will be looking to avenge that loss this weekend. Lee?
All right, Madeline, beloved former Saints player Steve Gleason and former Titans player Tim Shaw will serve as honorary captains for the game to honor both for their efforts to raise awareness for ALS. Shaw was diagnosed with the disease in 2014, Gleason 2011.
Gleason received the Congressional Gold Medal in 2020 for helping those living with ALS and other life-threatening diseases. Our coverage begins Sunday morning at 10 with the Fox 8 tailgate, and we'll wrap up the day with highlights, interviews, and analysis after Fox 8 News at 10 with the final play.
New Orleans leaders announced new security initiatives after burglars targeted parking lots last season and left fans returning to broken glass and missing items. The NOPD says officers will patrol the CBD, French Quarter, and other high-traffic areas during Saints and Pelicans games and other fall events. Officers will receive assistance from other law enforcement agencies. The city says it also contacted parking lot owners in the downtown area and encouraged them to hire security for games and concerts.
Well, thousands of football fans descend upon New Orleans for a pair of massive games.
Yeah, the Saints will take on the Titans for week 1 of the regular season. But before that, Tulane will welcome Ole Miss to Yulman Stadium. As Josh Robertson reports, fans are flocking from all over the Southeast.
So where y'all from?
Kill, Mississippi.
Kill, Mississippi. We're going to watch Ole Miss beat Tulane.
We've got friends coming in from Mississippi, from Florida. Where else? There should be about 10 of us from Georgia.
All Tulane grads?
Yeah. Boys weekend.
The campus at Tulane University will be buzzing this weekend with a lot more than just students as folks travel from all over the country for a sold-out Saturday game between the 24th ranked Green Wave and the 20th ranked Ole Miss Rebels.
I want a shirt with the Green Wave.
Campus gift shop was a hot spot on Friday as visitors rushed to grab their pregame swag. Even some visiting Rebel fans stopped in.
Well, we just like to pick something from every school that we go to.
Tulane alum like J.B. Huck and Mike Goodridge say a sold-out Yulman Stadium is something they needed to see for themselves.
Well, it's nice to finally see students staying past halfway in the first quarter. It's everything about it's good for the university. I mean, it brings attention, and it's all positive attention.
And then there's that other New Orleans-based football team preparing for its first game of the season.
We're very pumped about it. Yeah, I don't see why we can't take our division.
Clayton and Brenda Hebert are Saints season ticket holders who traveled from Lake Charles to celebrate Clayton's birthday.
So his 60th birthday.
Just don't tell him that.
It's a big birthday.
Because what you have is, particularly when these are drive market cities, pulling people in, the hotels will be filled. Restaurants will have lots of activity. There'll be lots of retail. Our attractions will get business. So this is what we hope for and what we plan for.
Mark Romig with New Orleans & Company says the start of football tourism is massive for the city, especially after the usual lull of summer. It's even better when there's not one, but two exciting teams playing at home.
I would imagine you've got people who are coming in who are going to be going to the Ole Miss game at Ullman Stadium against the Green Wave and staying for the Titans game versus the Saints, and which means there may be some good Sunday night occupancy, which is good too.
So this time, instead of driving back after the game, we're spending another night. So we're here 3 nights instead of just 2.
Yeah.
With many more big football weekends ahead for New Orleans, fans say it creates a vibe you can't find anywhere else.
The vibe of the city, the love of the city, everybody giving each other some positive love because the season's here, the Saints are in town. It's just, we love it.
It's just a great experience.
Yeah.
Josh Robertson, Fox 8, Local First.